Greetings from the Sub-Etha. This is Alan with another quick color computer video. It's been a while, but I thought I'd show you something I've been trying to figure out the last couple of days. This is a bit of assembly language code that will patch into the basic ROM and extend what the print command can do. Normally, when you print something in BASIC, those characters just go out to the screen, but this program I wrote will patch into the console out routine of BASIC, and then it looks for special characters, and if it sees one of those characters, instead of displaying that character, it will move the cursor, either up, down, left, or right. This will allow you to embed cursor movements into a print command, similar to how I could do it on my original Commodore VIC-20. Now, I wrote this program in assembly language, and I compile it with the LWASM assembler. I have it set to output a basic file rather than something that I have to load off of tape or disk. So when I do this, it creates a basic program. Then in the XROR emulator, I can just say load and point it to that basic file. Now when I type cload, it will load that ASCII file as if it was an ASCII file from tape. It's a nice little feature of XROR. And now I have that program in memory. And this program is just a little basic loader that will read the data statements and poke it in memory wherever it begins. So I'm going to run this, and I know that it pokes in memory at 3E00. That's where I set it to compile at. So I can execute that, and then right now I have it executing a word back. So it says on, telling you it just installed it. And if you execute it again, it goes off. Well, here's how that works. Normally, if I were to print something like XXXX, that's really all I could do. Well, now I can put in lowercase LLLL. That's going to move the cursor back 4 positions. Then YYYY and end. When I run that from a program, you can see I could type it and it shows these lowercase l's, but when I run it, you don't see them. It printed the X's, printed 4 left cursor movements, then it printed the Y's. This means I can do something like this. If I clear the screen to a solid color, I could print at some location like 200, and I can do a little box. I could do like 4 X's, then go down, left, 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 X, right, right, X, down, left, 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 X, 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 semicolon, 2, go to 2. Now, if I list this, you can see it's supposed to draw 4 X's, move the cursor down, do 4 lefts, do an X, and so on. When I run it, I can now draw my little box here on the screen, and when you're using the cursor positions, they don't erase anything. So whatever color the screen was, I can now have one print statement that prints this entire thing. And going down and moving left is a lot quicker than printing all of these solid characters if you were trying to do it. And probably quicker than 3 individual print at statements to print these 3 lines. And if you were trying to leave the screen alone, this first X would be a print at, then you'd have another one here. So it's probably noticeably faster to do it this way. Now I have the program set right now. So if you print it or type it from the direct mode, it does nothing. It's only if it's running in a program, because originally it was intercepting it at all times, and as I was typing the lines in, the cursor would be moving around the screen, and it was very annoying. Another feature, in addition to being to use exec to turn it on and off, I've made it so you can define user and point it to that command. Now, if you want to turn it on or off, you can call user 0. And each time you call that with a parameter of 0, it toggles it on and off. If you want to intentionally turn it on, no matter what, you pass in a 1, and that will always turn it on. If it's already installed, it just skips that, but I've got it set to echo the word on or off right now. And if you want to uninstall it, you can pass in, oops, a -1. So I can turn it on intentionally using the user command, or just execute it and then don't execute it again because that'll toggle it back off. And while I was at it, I decided I would make the characters that it uses customizable. So if you pass in a string, instead of up, down, left, right, and lowercase, maybe I want up, down, left, right, in uppercase. That has now made those characters be the ones that move the cursor in a print statement. And A will return 0 if it was successful. That way, if you pass in something like too many or too few characters, it will reject that. Like if I just passed in 3 letters, A would come back with a -1 to tell me it didn't accept it. So right now I have U, D, L, R in uppercase set to move the cursor. So if I run this program, it no longer moves. These lowercase letters don't do anything. But if I edited line 1 and I got here and I started replacing them with uppercase, down, left, 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 X, right, right, X, down, left, 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 X, 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 X. And now it uses those. Then if you want to restore them, you can just pass in an empty string, and now it's back to the defaults, which are lowercase, so now that doesn't work. I'm going to make 2 versions of this program. One will be a program that supports the user interface and all the error checking. And the other one will be trimmed down to be as small as possible, and it won't support that. You'll just load it, execute it, and that'll install it. And if you need to uninstall it, you have to execute it again. I'm going to make it so it doesn't echo any messages. It'll just be as small as I can make it. But the last 4 numbers in the data statements will be the direction keys, up, down, left, right. And you can see them over here. If you look at what character string 117 is, that's uppercase U, character string 100 is D, and so on. So that way somebody can just have this basic program, stick these lines at the end of their game or whatever they're writing, and they could customize the directions that way if you want to use less memory and have less load time. So that's what I've been working on. One more time here. Let me set those back to uppercase. There we go. And I'll get this posted up on GitHub, and you can go to subethasoftware.com, and I've been blogging about this as I figured out how to do it. Having fun learning stuff I wish I knew back then. Until next time, don't panic.